Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another late night storage closet session. My name is Kiki, and I am here to tell you that Kendrick Lamar Jenkins was right. Yes, he was right. Just a week ago, we passed the anniversary of the release of the shot that started World War One, Like That, by Future and Metro Boomin, featuring Kendrick Lamar. And in that song, Kendrick Lamar says,
Motherfuck the big three. Nigga, it's just big me. Nigga, bum.
and you know what? I agree with him. Fuck the big three. Not necessarily that it's just big me, but fuck the big three. Do y'all ever think that the big three in and of itself is kind of a stupid concept? I mean, like let's really think about it. The let's say every 10 years there's a brand new big three. Okay, let's just go from the 2010s. In the 2010s, they said that, well, they, I don't even know who they is, but they said that the big three of hip hop was Drake, Kendrick Lamar, and J. Cole. Now, Drake and Kendrick Lamar, I can get behind. Whether or not I like Drake, I can understand why he would be in this, this conversation of the most important people in hip hop during the 2010s or whatever. And so I was thinking about this little thing and why I don't really completely understand why J. Cole is included in this big three. Okay, let's say that an artist that you would consider to be in the big three, let's say that they would have to have at least two of these four characteristics. Okay, impact, influence, popularity, and talent. Okay, let's say they have to have at least two of those. Okay, why wouldn't somebody like Future be in the big three over J. Cole? I mean, for damn near the entire 2010s, the Atlanta sound has been dominating hip hop. And I feel like all those niggas trying to sound like Future, all of them are trying to sound like Future, or were trying to sound like Future, or they're an offspring of something inspired, Future inspired. Okay, why wouldn't Future be in the big three over J. Cole? Like I do believe that J. Cole is a talented individual. I think that he produces his own music for the most part, and he's a pretty good lyricist, and he has some pretty decent storytelling songs. In general, I do think that he's boring. I do feel like his music is in general pretty surface level. And I do feel like he is a bit of a phony, but I understand the appeal of J. Cole in some sense. As far as putting him in a big three of hip hop, like most important people in hip hop of the 2010s, it seems a little odd to me to put Future over J. Cole. Or let's think about somebody else. Nicki Minaj. We just gonna act like damn near every female rapper that came out after Nicki is basically a blueprint of Nicki. Of course, Nicki is sort of like the second edition of Lil Kim, but still, Nicki is probably the most influential female rapper to come out in that era. And also, in a sense, like, she really was the only one for a long time. There was Iggy Azalea, of course, but nobody took that bitch seriously. But because she's a woman, or she only influenced women, we don't include her influence. Or even Kanye West was still leaking into the 2010s. I think that he released My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, Yeezus, and The Life of Pablo all in the 2010s. Or even Eminem, was still leaking into the 2010s. He had released, I'm pretty sure he released Revival. No, that's not what I'm thinking of. Everybody hated that one. Recovery. He released Recovery and Marshall Mathers LP2 in the 2010s. So it's just kind of, I don't, and I just want to understand, like, where do we put J. Cole in this argument? So what were the four characteristics that I mentioned earlier? They were impact. I mean, I think that influence, popularity. Okay, J. Cole's popular. He is popular. And talent. He is talented. I think he is popular and talented. As far as impact and influence, I mean, he definitely did have, like, I would say that 2014 Forest Hills Drive was an impactful album. But aside from that, I feel like there's just not that much J. Cole impact coming from his discography. That's just my opinion. Y'all can argue about it in the comments. I would love to hear you guys' opinion. Let's take Drake, for instance. Impact. I mean, his music has been impactful. Influence. His music has definitely influenced other people to be like him. Popularity. Yeah, the numbers don't lie. He has been incredibly popular. And talent, I mean, I guess that's relatively debatable. You could say, the team behind him is the talent. You could say, Drake does have some skills in some areas. I mean, I don't know if he wrote his timestamp records. If I was to assume that he did, I would say that he can write a good lyrical song. I love You and the Six and Look What You've Done. Those are probably in my top 5 favorite Drake songs of all time. I would say that Drake is relatively talented. He's ghost written some R&B songs for some R&B artists. Okay, so I'm okay with Drake being in there. Future, impact, there. Influence, there. Popularity, there. Talent, debatable, but I'm gonna say there. That just depends on whether or not you like. I guess that I don't know if talent is debatable, but I mean, think about Migos, Young Thug, who else is from Atlanta? Other people from obviously influenced. Oh, Playboy Cardi, heavily influenced by Future. I'm pretty sure that he just puts a Future vocal filter on his songs that sound like Future. I think it's AI. Because he wants to sound like Future that bad because he's influenced. Nicki Minaj, impact. I mean, she was damn near the only female rapper for like from 2008 to like whenever Cardi B dropped Bodak Yellow. 2017, Cardi B dropped Bodak Yellow in 2017. So from like 2008 to 2017, Nicki Minaj was like the only female rapper that was kind of like, I mean, of course there were others in the underground and the underground and such, but as far as mainstream, she was really the only person that was there. Until Cardi kind of like put a hole in the gate so that other people could sneak in the house. So Nicki definitely has the impact. Influence is there. The influence is there. Popularity is there. I mean, have you heard Super Bass? I heard Super Bass. As a matter of fact, hey, She Got Me Too. I was Barb. I'm pretty sure that one of these posters is a poster of Nicki. Talent, she can rap. She can be melodic. I'm not gonna say she can sing because I don't think that she can sing. She can dance. I think she knows how to do a little choreography type beat. I think that Nicki was a good performer in her height. I don't know if she is anymore because that cocaine is really taking effect on her, but she definitely is. Nicki Minaj is talented, okay? I think that Nicki hits more of these than J. Cole does. And then what about Tyler? Tyler the Creator in Odd Future. I mean, I swear there was like a period of time where like every white boy and suburban black kid was trying to copy Tyler the Creator in Odd Future. Like they was reheating their nachos. So uh I mean, and I think that what he released Flower Boy and Igor in the 2010s, like his whole rebrand occurred in the 2010s, and that kind of like skyrocketed his popularity. So I would definitely say that as far as being like the Intercontinental Champion, the king of the mid card, Tyler the Creator could probably be in this big three too. And that's why I'm saying that the big three is a stupid concept, because I feel like it's incredibly limiting to say that three artists defined an entire decade of hip hop. Three artists defined an entire decade of hip hop. Oh, and I totally forgot about Kendrick too. Kendrick, Impact, uh, Good Kid, Mad City to Bimp a Butterfly, Damn, I would say were incredibly impactful albums. And then I feel like Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers impact was delayed, but I do think that we're seeing more of it, especially with I think YG recently released a song called 2004. I mean, it's stuff like that. Chromacopia was heavily influenced by Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. So I would say impact is there. Influence, I mean, I think that he is definitely influencing that West Coast sound to come back. Popularity, he's got some numbers too. He's definitely got some hits. People love Kendrick. Kendrick is quite popular, despite the fact that people say, no, I listen to Kendrick. I think that people listen to Kendrick. I mean, at least every hip hop fan that I know listens to Kendrick, but also I live on the West Coast, so who am I? And then talent, come on. Come on. The talent, we don't even have to. Great songwriter, great lyricist. I don't think that Kendrick is a great singer, but I think that he has that Bob Dylan effect where the singing is like it's the feeling that he's singing from the soul, that it don't matter that it sucks. He's a great live performer. So I think that, I mean, Kendrick is definitely in that soaring in that talent department. So I can understand if we were to create a big three, that I can see Kendrick and Drake being in it. I don't see Cole being in it. I genuinely do not understand. I honestly feel like the only reason, and I'm standing by this, I had said this in a video before, and I feel like there are a lot of people that are giving me pushback about this, but I genuinely think that the idea of the big three came from Cole. I feel like he was constantly comparing himself to Drake and Kendrick because everybody else was putting those two at odds, and he kind of felt like he didn't know where to put himself. Should I go the Drake route and try to do the popular thing, or should I go the Kendrick route and try to stick to like the heart and soul of hip hop? And so he wouldn't feel left out, because he felt like, well, I'm making hits too. I mean, I have Workout and I have no role models. I feel like I should be in this conversation too. And I'm also giving lyricism. So what if I just said there wasn't Kendrick and Drake? It was a big three and I'm in it too. I feel like this concept came from Cole. Genuinely, I feel like Cole came up with this idea and people just ran with it. I don't think there is a big three. Fuck the big three. It's stupid. The big three is a stupid idea. There is no big three. I'm not going to say it's big Kendrick. I'm not going to say it's big Drake. I think that it's so many different artists that impacted the era that it's stupid to just be like, we're just going to pick three to say that these were the biggest defining artists of that era. That's all. So, thank you guys for watching. If you guys have an alternate opinion, I would love for you to discuss it in the comments. I'm very interested in discussing this idea with you guys, because personally I've been feeling this way for a while. And I'm about to just say that I've been feeling this way for a while, but what made me like really sit down and make the video was Read My Soul had made a video about how Drake, like, was Drake's run really 15 years long or something like that. And it made me think, like, damn, there are really so many artists that are kind of like forgotten about or not mentioned in like how and like the how this era was impacted. So shout out to Read My Soul for that. Thank you guys for watching. And I think you're cute. I think you're cute. Bye.
Dope dealer selling dope, is you like that? Kicking doors, kicking in doors, is you like that?
Hi, welcome to the secret post video. Do you guys want to see something? Don't make fun of my legs. Look at this. Come here. Look at her. No. Hi. Hi. Look at her. Look at that happy little dog. Look at that happy little dog. Look at the happy dog. Look at her. No. Look at the happy dog. 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 Hi. Hi.